mythical mayhem, ready for some mythical fun. Quick disclaimer, I do not own any of these pictures you will see in this video. In the video, I am doing What If Deku was the knight from Hollow Knight. Our story begins with a boy who seems to be confused in a test tube. He broke out of the glass, wondering where he is. He sees on the ground the word night. So he decides to run out to try and find somebody to help him, since he has no memory of his past. So he runs around, finding what seems to be a little jail with a girl in it. Her name is Lucy Grimm, which is the Grimm child. Now, the knight said, "Are you okay? What happened here?" Lucy Grimm said, I don't know. I just woke up here and I just want to be free." So the knight found a lever and opened it, letting out the Grimm child, Lucy Grimm. They decide to go with each other to protect each other. The knight found a cloak and a mask, deciding it's probably better if I have this so no one sees my multiple scars I have on his body. And he also wears a mask to hide a big scar he has over his eye. He also found on the table what looks to be a sword, but it's odd looking. So he decided to take it with him so he can protect the Grimm child, since in this she's only like 4 Lucy Grimm, while the Hollow Knight is 5. They walked around and saw a painting of the 5 royal knights, and they decided to explore even more, finding another painting, one of the Hollow Knight. But the knight has a vision of the radiance of taking control of the Hollow Knight, which is the one with the orange eyes and infection leaking out of him. So he decides to try and find people to train them, which he did. He found one of the royal knights, the false knight, to train him. He trained him to parry attacks, and the false knight was there to make sure no problems were there, since it's like a base for the royal guards. And the Grimm child was scared because they were in a village, but there were nobody around, just hearing a distant whisper. Go back. Go back. But they kept on moving forward. They wandered around until he found this little bug with a massive sword. The knight asked the human with the bug quirk, to train him. The bug was skeptical, but decided to give in and help the child, since he sees a warrior spirit inside him. So he does. He trains them in 3 different styles, with the power of healing, the power of the mighty blow, which pushes enemy backwards, and the long blade, to have a better reach for the opponents. He showed the knight how to control his power so it doesn't go wild, while the Lucy Grimm was trained by this bug, annoyed creature. Now, the Grimm child was trained how to create fire out of her body, and how to use that fire to actually heal herself and allies. And they decide to give the knight a name, the master of the sword. He gave the knight the name Deku Shadow, because of his dark appearance. And now we cut to the future. Now, Deku has been trying to find charms to help him, since his master was trained in all 3. So far, he only owns the long nail, navigation, steady body, heavy blow, and mark of pride. And so he only uses 2 at a time, not including the wayward compass. Now, he usually uses the mark of pride and long nail and the steady body, since he focuses on physical attacks rather than Lucy Grimm, which is a spiritual fighter. Deku is 15, while Lucy Grimm is 14. So 10 years later, they decided to go into a now trained by other warriors, which they did. Both of them were trained by the Mantis Lords. That's where Deku got his mark of pride, by earning the trust and the honor of the warrior. after that, they have decided to go to a city, which is the closest one to them is Japan, the city where Deku, the original canon Deku, lives, and he decides to buy an apartment near the beach. Now, and Deku actually has to deal with fighting off certain things. These are gonna be the infected Nomus. They are normal people, but instead of gaining multiple quirks, they actually gain the ability of soul, the power to use soul as weapons. Infected by the radiance, which is pretty much gonna be a person with a mind control quirks slash a light quirk. In Deku's quirk, he has a darkness quirk and a healing quirk. So the more damage he does to an opponent, the more energy he gets for attacks like Desolate Dive, Raging Reef, and Healing. Sorry if I get any of these names wrong. I have the game, it's just I don't know the names of the attacks. So, after all of his training, he has earned the Isthmus tier. Now, Crystal Peak's Heart, the Dash Cloak, the Mantis Claws, and the Dream Nail. No. Both of them decide to go out into the forest like they do every year. But this day was no other. He found a person that looks to be like him, but different. He seems to be covered with an ooze, like the ones he defeated before, but it seems to be coming out of his head, like he's being controlled. Now, both of them have a great and powerful battle, but it ended with the broken vessel being destroyed and having a giant explosion infecting everything except the Grim and Child and the Knight, because they were protect each other from the explosion. And now Deku has the Monarch wings, meaning he has ability to go into the air even higher. He decided to make more armor, because the different armor he has, the better control he has with charms. He mostly only uses now Spell Twister when he knows he needs to, but he usually uses Mark of Pride to give him be able to strike down opponents more easy, or the Shadow Dash to have a short ability of damaging the opponent with a sharp shadow. He also found the creator of the Mark of Pride, the Pride Hunter, and he told the knight, "You must end this war And Deku is confused because he doesn't know of a war. He says it again and again till it's only a whisper, and then silence. Sorry if there's lots of time skips. I'm just getting everything ready for the next episode or part. So, Deku has decided he has to train at UA. Even if they don't take him, he must get better to stop whatever is coming ahead. So this is gonna be where I'm ending. What if Deku was the knight in Hollow Knight?